everybody. Once again, welcome to FunkStudios Control the Cool. I am your host, A. Kinsler, with my man Joe Woods, Slim Superstar. And we have none other, the CEO, the entrepreneur, the mogul, Miss Latisha Cooper here from Kemistry TV. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Hello, everyone. How are you?
Good.
Good evening.
Good evening. Listen, we were able to find you, and we looked high and low for some different people to kind of push out for Black History. So we want to congratulate you and say that you are Black History. So tell us, you welcome. So tell us a little bit about yourself. What let first off, let's just talk about how you started Kemistry TV, because we know that's a movement in itself, and it had a lot of adversities. I can only imagine some ups or maybe downs. So tell me, let's start from the beginning. Let's start where the vision came, where the blessing came through.
All right, so this Kemistry TV, as all things, started as just a thought in my head. Approximately 2 years ago, I knew that I wanted to start my own media company. I had no idea that I wanted to start a broadcasting company. I just knew that I wanted to start my own company within the media. And I've also just always had an entrepreneurial spirit. So let's see. So that was a little over 2 years ago at this point. So we fast forward, I ended up losing my corporate job due to COVID. So that hit, so I was unemployed. I had a child, and I was just basically on unemployment. And then I got another job within corporate America, and I ended up losing that to COVID. Once again, back on unemployment. Then COVID, COVID just like kind of, by the time it's March, so COVID just kind of like really went haywire. So it was really, really hard to find work. And at this point, I'm just like, if I had my own business, I would be able to supplement my own income. I wouldn't have to depend on corporate America getting laid off due to just things that are outside of our control. And because I have such a passion for the media industry and just Black people as a whole, I wanted to start something that kind of emphasized us. And that's kind of where the name Kemistry TV came from. Kemistry TV, the name has two sources, right? So the surface level, the superficial reason is that used to actually be like my alter ego name that I would give guys that tried to talk to me. I would tell them that my name is, right? So that was that. That's the funny part of it. The real background inspiration of Kemistry is literally what the name means. Is chemistry. It's creating a bond connection, right? So I wanted to create a bond, a chemistry, a connection between like-minded people within our community, right? So when I say like-minded people, I mean people who are just of curious minds, right? Free thinkers, people who are open to different perspectives, high consciousness, highly intellectual, just curiosity as a whole, third eye, if you will, right? So I wanted to develop a platform where we can all come together and watch, content that stimulates us. You don't generally find that on commercialized television. So that's where the idea, that's the reputation that I wanted Kemistry to have. The name Kemistry came from the meaning, the original meaning of chemistry, but I dropped the CH to really give homage to the African diaspora. And
I was gonna ask you.
It's really so it's to pay homage to Kemet, which is the original name of Egypt. So, which is the mean, Kemet is the land of the Black, right? K-E-M, literally means Black. So I dropped the CH and I just replaced it with K-E-M, and that's how I formed Kemistry.
Okay, yeah, that's clever.
That's where the name comes from. Yeah.
So let's go back a little bit about this alter ego situation.
Oh gosh, I knew y'all was gonna want to play one day.
Let's go back a little bit. We gonna move forward. Let's go back a little bit. So what's up with this alter ego? Explain the situation, because.
Well, I mean, be truthful, right? If you came up to me and we out somewhere and we at an event, networking event, a mixer, wherever, and you came up to me and you asked me my name and I told you my name was Kemistry, what would be the first thing that came to your mind?
Are you asking me or you asking me?
I'm asking you. I'm asking whoever.
I would honestly I would say the name is unique. because I don't know you, so I would say
that's what I got a lot. One, I just didn't want to give my actual name, and two, I thought Kemistry, the name is just it's always been very, very appealing to me. For some reason, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the way it falls off the tongue. I don't know, but I like the name Kemistry. But on a deeper level, when I really thought about what chemistry means, then really implementing the African meaning to it, like dropping the CH and replacing it with K, which is actually K. The letter K is older than C and the letter H. So this is why I kind of replaced it with that, and just really to give it a real African feel and an African history behind it.
So how many people actually believe that your name is Kemistry? Because I know
I have no idea. I never actually dated any guys that I said my name was Kemistry to. So I have no idea. It was just a name that I gave when I was out. Men that I was actually interested in that approached me, I would give them my real name. But if I knew like I'm not interested in you.
She got told on herself. And look, Joe ready, don't do it.
No, I'd have been like, okay, all right, I'll see you later.
You wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know. I would have had to look at your feet, see if you had on some clear heels or something. Like, come on.
Because that sounds like real different. Like if somebody said to me, yeah, my name is Kemistry, I'd be like, yeah, okay, that's your stage name. Because
guys believed me. I mean, I would get the average response, which would be, "Oh, that's a unique name." Oh, and that's pretty much it. I mean, it was never a drawn out conversation about it.
Yeah.
So AKA, she was picking out the ugly guys.
No.
If they was ugly, they was gonna get Kemistry.
I don't
real name. You told on yourself. See?
Oh God. I'm if I'm going to talk to a guy solely on looks. It's the entire package. It's how you approach me. It's the way you speak. It's how you carry yourself. And this may be a little, I don't think it's shallow, but also the crowd that I see you with, like depending on, all those things you have to come and play. I think everybody you have to be very intentional with people that you choose to interact with. So and I was just like, yeah, no. And I've met some crazies in my life too. I'm not gonna lie. People out here are crazy.
Yeah, ask you a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was the first actual show that you had on your network? Well, I mean, what's the
first show? The first show technically would be my show, which is called Alchemy of Thought, because it's my show. So that's a Kemistry original. And then after that, I don't know which one came first. I want to say, the first content that I received was actually a movie. And shouts out to Rye Media Production Company. They actually signed with me first. They have 2 movies on my network at the moment. One is called The Harvest, which is like a thriller. And then the second is called Nia's Revenge. And that one is like a thriller as well, like a drama thriller, like a Fatal Attraction type. And then The Harvest is the horror film. So I have 2 films by them, and they were actually the first production company to sign on with me to let me broadcast their content. So shouts out to y'all.
So how much content do you have so far to date?
Oh, I can't. I mean, I could pull up my content catalog, but I have a
Go ahead and brag. Just go ahead and brag. We need to know.
I mean, it's no. It's crazy like that. It's nothing crazy like that. I think, okay, if I was just to go off the top of my head, I have 7 movies, 2 documentaries, 1 podcast, and I have 1 actually coming on board. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I just added 2 new movies as of yesterday. So I have about 9 short films, movies, about 5 talk shows, 2 documentaries, 1 podcast. I also have a comedy show. It's like a skit. And I think that's it. That's what I can remember off the top of my head.
So how would a show like FunkStudios Control the Pool be on your network?
I'm sorry, say that again.
How would a show like ours be on your network?
How would it be on the network? Well,
what does one have to do to get to be on your
Well, it goes through
network?
a vigorous screening process, right? So right now, what happened is you can inquire. It's very easy to inquire. Anyone can inquire about putting their content, but it does go through a screening process where we have to find out the background information about just your production company, the type of content that you produce, because Chemistry TV has a very unique niche, I guess you would say. We are very particular with the type of content that we broadcast. We're not interested in anything that perpetuates the stereotypes of Black people of color as a whole. So during the screening process, we are looking for things like that. We're looking for red flags, just things that, and sometimes people create content like how you create a headline for clickbait. People just create content that they know people will watch, even though it may not be beneficial for the community, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to go on the record and say it. I might get backlash when I become rich and famous one day, but I'm going to just say it. This is how I feel. I believe Tyler Perry did that. And I believe in his movies and his films, he perpetuated the stereotypes of Black people. And it caught on. And he worked his way from the ground up. But I do believe that he used that as an advantage within his film. And I'm deciding to choose a different route. I want to broadcast content and produce content where we are playing roles that we don't typically see. I want us to have like some Harry Potter type with an all Black cast. You know what I mean? Like things that you don't normally see. But again, so it'll go. So those are things that we're looking for. We're looking for if you're perpetuating stereotypical views of people of color. We're also just looking for production quality. We have rules that we have to and regulations that we have to abide by as per roku. So we're looking for those. And just the background, the credibility of the production company itself, and just how it fits with the overall mission of Chemistry TV.
No, I haven't had the pleasure of seeing it in your content, which I will very soon. But you said you are a network. So that means you're actually on TV, or is it you on the internet? Where are you located?
We're streaming. So we're not on cable because, cable is honestly pretty much obsolete at this point, but we are a streaming television network. We're on Roku and we're also international. So we're not just in the United States, we're also in 17 other countries. So I'm in Canada, I'm in Chile, I'm in Dominican Republic, I'm in France, I'm Paris. So it's an international streaming network, and yeah.
Now I have another question. Now you say you're giving us all this information of where you're available, and you said supplement your income. It don't look like your supplement. It looks like this is the real deal,
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely a real deal. But I'm still the network itself is in its infancy stage, right? I formed the LLC in July of 2020. We launched January 5th of 2021. So we are, but we have gotten a lot of traction. We're really getting noticed. I have people wanting to work with me, and I'm very humbled and blessed by that. And I think people are genuinely, when they hear me talk about Chemistry TV and just the mission and the passion that I have for it and what it is that I'm trying to do, I'm trying to shift the narrative that's in the media as a whole, like the borders that the media has put up around American culture, right? Like just the way that they portray certain people and certain groups of people, and just everyday things like childbirth or prison, or these things that we're not actually relatable, and that doesn't really happen in the day-to-day life. Like we don't live like this. These are not how things actually occur. I want to, and the things that I broadcast, I really want to broadcast reality and change the narrative of just like the negative connotation that that the media has molded, honestly, over the years.
And do you also do like a ESPN or Breakfast Club? They'll do a shooting, they'll film and then they'll go put it on YouTube. You do that as well to bring in more revenue?
We do have a YouTube channel, but you can't find like the full content on YouTube. YouTube is just another avenue to gear you towards either Chemistry TV or download our app onto Roku. So we do have a YouTube channel. There you will find snippets of the different shows or trailers of the movies that we broadcast, but you can't like watch a full show or a full movie on YouTube. That the purpose of that, because YouTube is very helpful, and because you should have content on all these different platforms, but the purpose of it is to generate traffic to the main source, which is Roku or the Kemistry TV website.
So how is your following? What's your...
It's growing. It's growing. Yeah, it's definitely growing. I'm being streamed outside of the country already, so it's definitely growing.
I think
Nice.
it's the fact that you've gone past the limits of streaming outside of the country. I mean, that's phenomenal. But I do have to say why when you mentioned the Tyler Perry reaction, I have to say, do you think that it was more so of a negative situation, the way he kind of depicted our culture, or it was more so of the kind of reality that there are things that our culture does go through? And if you look in a lot of the movies, just to kind of be a little bit of devil's advocate, you see a lot of Black African American people in some of those movies playing high roles, lawyers, doctors, so think, what is your standpoint on that? Because I understand what you feel, but in a small interjection, to have to disagree slightly, because it can be used as a positive note, because you don't see too many Black doctors or Black lawyers. I mean, the last time that we were able to really know that there was a Black doctor or a Black lawyer, and I'm just only using those as just two main professions, was obviously the Cosby Show, where you had a Black actor playing a high profile role at that time. And even in that time era, if you change that to now, Cliff might have been making 80,000. Now he's making over 100, or close to 2. So what's your standpoint on that? How do you react when that comes up?
Well, the reason why I said that I feel like he perpetuates the stereotypes of Black people is when you look at his content and if you watch his plays, like the whole, him playing Medea and him being a stripper or sleeping around, or the storylines within some of his films, like that real deep Southern style of like, one of the siblings having a child at a young age, and she has to, and the grandmother raised it as her own. Then the child grows up and find out, oh, this is not really my mom. This, like, it's just perpetuating the negative stereotypes within the Black community. I'm not saying that they do not exist, but we've seen them already. We know that these things exist. It's time for a new narrative. So I personally feel like he's taken our struggles, right? And he made content off of them, which it was entertaining. He did a phenomenal job. He succeeded at doing so. However, it's been done already. So with Kemistry TV, we are looking for a different narrative. We're not looking to perpetuate the negative in society.
Moving forward, I understand, like, because you see Tyler Perry doing his thing, and there's a lot of negative standpoints on there that go over the top. So to have like good things with positive outlooks and people that want to build off of positivity first, I applaud you for that, because that's what's needed more.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and I'm not saying there was something wrong with what he was doing, but the fact is the fact. He took negative aspects or things that we are made fun of, like us being ghetto, the whole Byron, the baby mama drama. He took those and he created an entertainment platform. He made it funny. He made it comical. That's okay. But I feel like it's been done over and over and over and over and over again. We need a new story. We need a new narrative. We need some different type of content of seeing Black people in a different light. And the thing is, like, it's literally detaching ourselves from that story, right? We're detaching ourselves from the repetitive of the stereotypes, the baby mama drama, the Black man going to jail, the Black man being a deadbeat, the mother sleeping around, having multiple baby fathers, the lack of education. We've seen those stories perpetuated over and over again within the media. So I'm more so interested in creating a platform for us where our roles are limitless. You're not typecasted anymore because you're Black. you can literally play any type of role. You know, I'm not saying that I won't broadcast something that still has like those things, but you're going to see a shift though. You're going to see a difference in the content that Kemistry TV broadcasts.
It's going to be more like 90% intelligence, 10% buffoonery. That's
I don't want to use the word buffoonery,
or just say stereotype,
or maybe, you know, because it's relatable. It's relatable, but that's not going to be the agenda that's constantly pushed, you know. And truthfully speaking, in the media, there's always an agenda. But there's, whenever you put out a film, a show, a movie, there is an agenda behind it. We don't know what the consumer doesn't know what that agenda is, but the writers do, the producers do, the people, the media distribution does. So when you see all these movies and these shows and the Love and Hip Hops and the Atlanta Housewives, you have to be intelligent consumers. We get so wrapped up in watching this content that we literally start adapting what we see on television to our reality, to our thinking subconsciously. So if you think about, if you watch Love and Hip Hop every day for like, you start to adapt to that thinking, or when something happens in real life, you're now comparing it to what you've seen on television, or you know, that does really happen. So when you constantly are filling your mind with low vibrational content, that's what that is, and you're not feeding yourself with anything of substance, you are ultimately you're like, in a way, making yourself illiterate, right? You're not doing anything that feeds your mental, your mind, body, and spirit. And so Kemistry TV's mission is to give you entertainment, but also give it to you on a higher vibrational level though. We're not continuously perpetuating the system.
I think to go off what you're saying, I totally agree. I do think sometimes you said that, you know, it has been done before, which it has, but I also think that it has been done not only just with our community, but even the white community, Caucasian community.
Yeah, those are main ones.
I think sometimes that when we see, again, you know, using both sides of what you said, when we see those things as entertainment and we're not, you know, intelligently thinking and comprehending the actions behind those, yeah, it does play a role. But it also, I think, in a large sense, in some situations, encourages, because maybe that might be that person that's watching it. That person that is watching it can be that man who's just struggling, trying to make it with his 3 daughters, and he's not getting nothing. So he needed to see that, how, you know, even with the spirituality, how God just blessed him to a different level.
Oh yeah.
I think it's kind of a, not, I want to say double standard, but not double standard, to where I think the viewer has a part to play when it comes to viewing what you watch.
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly why I said we have to be intelligent consumers.
Right.
You can watch it, but you learn how to separate the I guess the surface level stuff that they're portraying, and take what it is that you need to take from the content, right? Ultimately, just like people who are health conscious, and you watch what you put into your body, what you eat and what you drink, you need to do the same thing with what you listen to and what you watch. So I get what you're saying. I'm not saying that those films and those movies are unnecessary. I think they are needed. You know, they're definitely needed. But I think that we need to start implementing some different storylines and some different narratives.
Right. And I'm going to say this, and this is going to be true. This is just speaking life into you and into your career as being a CEO and founder of a major network. Yes, we're going to say major.
I received that, brother. Thank you.
We're going to say major network. So being a major network, which is predominantly a male situation, what was your obstacles? Because being you know, let's just call it what it is, fellas. You know, being a gorgeous Black young lady that's coming out with a network in an all male populated genre, so to speak. Where was your standpoint? How did that Slim stupid?
Oh, well,
you gotta keep your eyes open. But where did you how did that fit in? Because I know I can only imagine the roadblocks you hit, because it's like, yo,
well, thus far I have not hit any roadblocks. Like I haven't encountered any like hyper masculine energy that is like, oh, you're a woman, stay in your place. Like I haven't encountered anything like that. What I will say though is that most people that want to work with me are men, right? And that is where I have to use discernment to decide, are they here for the mission or they have an ulterior motive? And that's pretty much that. But I haven't hit any roadblocks in like, as far as like being a male dominant. To be really, really honest, a lot of men that have approached me in regards to just being professional and working and stuff like that, they have been very, very encouraging, very uplifting. And again, this is also why I think we're shifting as a culture too. Honestly, the most negative comments that I've received have come from people that were closer to me as opposed to like strangers, like, which is
always the case.
It's always the case. I've been told that my expectations were too high. People that I thought would support me don't. I've lost friends since I began this. So, but it's okay. I am completely, 1000% okay. But to be the male population have honestly been very supportive and very supportive, more so than women. And I don't know if that has something to do with, because it is ultimately a male dominated industry, like just production, media, broadcasting, film, editing is male dominated. We got our women coming in a little bit more, but it's still an oversaturated market by men. So I think that's also more of a reason why my support system is coming from men. It's more of them, honestly.
I want to say something. Let's talk about teams. All right, everybody has to have a team. We have our team. You see us, we work together. For you, how is your team? You have a good team and a big team, or you just got a small core that does a lot?
It's a small team. I, as the CEO, I wear every hat, right? I'm doing everything as of right now.
Should.
Yes. But I do have a team. I have a tech team that does my websites and my updates and things of that nature. And then I have also my developer team, the company that actually has me on roku. So I have them. I have my tech team. I also have a production company that I'm working with. So I have like these scattered teams. They're not like solely under Kemistry TV. They all have like their own businesses, but we are affiliates of each other, and they help bring Kemistry TV, they help build in Kemistry TV, and they all believe in the mission of Kemistry TV, which is the number one like thing that I need.
Another thing I want to get into real quick, because all our guests out there, people watching out there in the world, I got something called Sue's Book of Cool. And
okay, Sue's Book of Cool.
Reach out to the guests and ask them to give us a word or phrase so I can make sure I stump these two people and they will not find out.
Okay.
What you gave, so you don't say nothing. I reached out to you, you gave me a phrase.
Yes.
They're not gonna get it. I'm gonna pass it by and see if you can see this. It's two words, top and bottom. The crown starts another one, first word, a face on the bottom under the crown starts the second word. She gave me this phrase, and there was a lot of letters in there.
There's a lot of letters.
I'm trying to see.
Hey, I think Slim be cheating half the time, yo.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You're not cheating. You just got hit it.
That look like a W right there. Is that a W? They're clapping their hands up like a W.
Nah.
That ain't a W.
I know. I might see now. I feel like.
All right, hold on.
Go ahead.
Gotta be this. It has something to do with media, I think, because the telephone, which can be used as communication, it looks like a magazine.
Can I give him a hint or no?
No. Let him sweat. Let him sweat.
Okay.
I mean, is my man asking for a taxi or he got a ticket in his hand at the bottom? Oh no.
The bottom is communication, right? Communication.
I think the bottom is
Okay,
communication.
yeah, y'all got the bottom. The bottom
It's
is
communication. The bottom is communication.
Good, guys.
Yeah.
Let's see the top. Y'all only get 2 guesses. That's it.
Street.
Think about it.
The dude with the glasses. That's to me that's vision.
Nah, man.
I'm not saying that that's not the word. I'm just saying that
communication. Something communication.
We got the crown. Hey, Joe, we got the crown on the end.
I'm gonna bring it down here since you got the bottom.
Elegant communication.
Nope. Go ahead, Amir. Get more chance.
I'm gonna go with I don't want to say visual communication.
The crown look like an E, like it's gonna E or something.
All right, listen. Effective communication.
Effective. I knew it was an E. So
communicate with your people so y'all can make things happen correctly. Feel lucky to have received the communication part. You know, y'all got that off. That
gotta go on our tab, yo. You gotta put that on the tab a little bit, cause
a little slash.
Like, yeah, you gotta put like a half in the tab.
For those people out there, but you keep half-ass, and that was only half of the thing. So you only get half a point.
Also, if I can, where is? All right, let me get this question together first. What do you feel is the nature of your company versus others that are in that same situation, that are just like
you're asking what sets me apart? Well, what sets Kemistry TV?
What makes you so different? I mean, because even with us three, we had a network situation before, and we realized it wasn't as good as it looked. Mm-hmm. But what makes you different from another network? Based out of New Jersey, but you're international. So what makes you different?
What makes me different is, one, the foundation of the company, right? My vision is like no one else's. No other CEO of HBO, CBS, USA. My vision is completely different, and I have a different vision for us as a human race, right? Emphasizing people of color, but the overall human race. I really want to get us back to our roots as in holistic living. So a lot of things on my network, I'm promoting and I'm pushing holistic living, spirituality, and I'm not pushing like a religion or anything like that, but the foundation and the roots of us as a people, like self-healing without taking all these medications. Like, if we just learn this information that is not going to be given to us in commercialized television, because big pharma and the media are a whole conglomerate. So they work together. They don't want certain things, certain information, revealed. And I'm on the other coin of that. So that's what sets me apart. I want to uplift us as an overall people, as a group of people. I don't have like an agenda in regards to just money and profit. My agenda is to provide information that is going to help uplift us as a whole, as a human population on this earth. And I don't think that any other network can see it.
What I was going to ask you, but you already answered it for me, is that, being that you're about your purpose and you have a mission, how many people did you lose along the way? But you already said that you lost a lot of friends.
Yeah, I lost a couple friends. I did. I lost, and it wasn't solely because of Kemistry TV, but it was kind of like the straw on the camel's back. When I started this, it was just absolutely no support. It was non-existent. And then, that was like the straw on the camel's back, thinking about, just the overall friendship. And there's nothing to say about these particular friends. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. They are beautiful people. They are beautiful, good people. But for myself, I did not feel good in the friendship. And I think also, this is something I want to really touch on too. I think we should really normalize breakups, right? And if that's okay, normalize not being with someone because y'all have history, or because y'all been friends since the first grade, or because you've been with this man or woman for umpteen years. If you are unhappy and they're not feeding your mind, body, and spirit, it is okay to say, our relationship has served its course. Thank you for the lesson. I will love you from a distance. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That is called growth and maturity. And I think that should be talked about more so in society.
That's true.
That's definitely, because your vision is not their vision. I mean, and that's okay.
And that's okay.
That's okay, but you can still support, and some people just don't want to do that.
Oh yeah, and that's
okay.
They
just don't want to do that.
They just don't want to support. And I don't know what the reasoning is behind it. I have no idea. I don't know. But it just wasn't there. And I have such high expectations for myself and for my company and for the people around me. I hold those around me at the same level that I hold myself, because I'm going to associate myself with you. So if I feel like, for whatever reason, which is my prerogative because this is my life, if I feel like you're not feeding into that journey, then we need to separate, and that's okay. There is no malice intent. There is no ill feelings. I do not wish harm nor strife on your life. But we have grown apart, and I think that is okay. And yeah.
Definitely.
Make sure you heal. Don't hold on to stuff that's going to bring you down. You know, we have short lifespans, and stress kills. You understand? You don't need stress in your life. So let that go. Let that go.
Definitely. I would say, I don't watch that much TV. But when I do catch something, I started to notice that there are more women in broadcasting. They're sitting at the table with the men. Now, you have stepped it up 10 times more than what I've seen, okay? Because not only are you a woman, you are a Black woman who created her own network, okay? And is striving. How does that make you feel? I mean, what the excitement that you feel that you made it? You jumped over all the hurdles and did it.
I haven't though. I don't feel like, and it's so crazy because, and I appreciate and I'm so humbled by the accolades and you thinking so highly of what it is that I've done, but I don't honestly feel like I've done much. I feel like there's so much more work that needs to be done. I'm literally like a grain of sand on a beach. It makes me feel like very, very humble, because it's not about like being the face of something. It's about what the message that I'm trying to portray. So it just makes me feel very, very humble, and like I just need to work harder. But I don't feel like I achieved this massive goal or anything. I genuinely don't feel that way.
Well, you achieved it, the simple fact that you put it out there.
Right.
Yeah.
You took it from here, and then put it there.
Yeah.
I mean, and let's be real, the powers that be don't always want to see Black and women achieve.
Yeah.
They don't want to see you achieve. And you pretty much give them the big F you. I'm going to
I did do that. I did that. I am damn proud of myself, I will say.
Thank you.
I was waiting for it.
I was asking you.
I am, but I also understand that it's only the beginning too. But I am proud of myself, and I do pat myself on the back, and I understand that what I've accomplished. And it's so crazy because I feel like more people want me to speak like that, like wants me to be like, yo, do you understand what you did? I don't think you understand what you did, but I do, and I'm proud of myself. And it just fuels me to keep going. That's all it does. It just fuels me to keep going. Even on the days when I feel discouraged, because I have those days. I just understand that I cannot stop. My ambition and my drive, and this might sound a little, I don't know, arrogant or cocky, but you know how someone may ask you, you know, well, who is the strongest person that you know, or the most strong-willed person that you know? And if someone were to ask me that, I would say myself. I am the most resilient person that I know, because I don't know how anyone else feels. But and from what I've seen and just personal problems and hurdles that I've gone through, and I'm still here and I'm still going, I am the most resilient person that I know, and I'm doing it. And I'm
Thank you. Thank you. Because like I said, it takes a certain type of person to do what you do. Okay? It's not arrogance. It's confidence. It's courage. It takes a certain type of person to have courage to go ahead and do what you do, knowing that you might fail, and you're not worrying that you fail, because you're going to keep striving to do that. And if you say hell yeah, I'm excited, I'm going to be like, that's what I want to hear.
Yeah,
that's what I want to hear.
Yes, I'm always excited. That's why I get up and I do this. I'm never not working on chemistry. I'm never not working. Every connection is intentional. Every time I speak to someone, I'm slipping. I'm the owner. I have this going on. This is how you have to be. I am never not working on chemistry. Even a regular casual conversation is something that I'm either using for an idea, for inspiration, and that's what it means to be a CEO. And when a lot of business owners or just people who are not entrepreneurs or CEOs, they don't really grasp that mindset, and that's okay. It's not for everyone, because if they did, it would be more CEOs. But everyone is not built for entrepreneurship and to be a boss, and for a reason. And I also think that the universe works in magnificent ways. I think that's why I was the oldest of 8 children on purpose, to implement those leadership skills in me. This is why I am so driven. This is why I am a leader. This is why I am a boss. This is why I can give great direction. I was groomed from it from a child. I'm the oldest of 8 children. I'm 32 years old. The youngest is 5. So, I have this entire history behind me of just leading, and I think that was also preparing me for what it is that I'm going to accomplish.
See, people like myself can back someone like that. Someone who says, hell yeah, I can back somebody like that all day long.
Well, so I want to say this. I'm sorry, Joe.
Go do your thing.
You got a big thing coming. You got a big event. We would love for you to be there. It's called The Look of Cool. It's going to be Joe. It's going to be Amir. It's going to be me. It's going to be phenomenal history. You need to be there March 27th. The Look of Cool. And if anybody on live, The Look of Cool, you can get your tickets now. It's going to be nothing to be messed with. It's going to be epic. And we definitely need to have you there.
I already told you I'm there. I'm in the building. So I've been looking for events like this for the longest, because no one is really doing much of what you guys are doing. So I would definitely be there. I would definitely be networking. I'm gonna be putting the plug in for the event for people that I know, and we're gonna show up and show out.
You know what? Something that she said, it reminded me of us in a way, because this show, it started off on a wintry night. Just a little history for the fans out there that are watching. It started off with Joe was having an art show, and me and Joe go to the same gym, and I always knew he was a cool dude, and we just happened to be talking, and he was like, yo, I want to do a show. I said, well, yo, that's great, because I got a show idea. I know how to put it together.
Yes.
So he like, well, yo, when can we start? I'm like, we can start soon. So he's like, I give you, we gonna put it out there. I'm gonna get my 2 peoples. I'm like, all right. So he grabs Slim and he grabs another gentleman. We rock it, and we all have a meeting. All 4 of us. All 4 of us are now down, right? Now, obviously, you only see 3. One had to, part ways because he just wasn't. Let me just say, can I be real, Joe? Can I say it?
Be real.
Say it. Be real.
All right, so point blank, he just wasn't up for the challenge.
Okay.
He wasn't a hustler like all three of us is. He wasn't grinding. I mean, our biggest, where Amir, where I saw that these two gentlemen were ready to bang is because last year during the Super Bowl, we were taping in my store in Linden. We were taping. Fourth gentleman didn't even show up. He wanted to watch Super Bowl. We like, yo, I don't even really care about this Super Bowl because it ain't gonna pay us. But we started from the ground up, and we're still going. And we made some changes. Even just last year, we just got LLC. So we're a full live company, and three of us own this entity that you see right now. And I say this all the time. All three of us are very different. But the using your word, the chemistry that all three of us have is amazing. Like we argue sometimes, which is rare. Half the time we're just talking about each other, you know what I'm saying? But even with this show, when we put this show together, like we really wanted to do something different. We wanted to do something that was left. We wanted to give people all of our skills and all of our talents in one spot. So we wanted to show you not only the show, FunkStudios Control the Cool, but we wanted to show you Amir Kinsler and Angel Light Production. We wanted to show you Slim Suliyar, you know what I'm saying? 3 the Artway. We wanted to show you Joe Woods, the Funky Doula. So we wanted to show all these 3 art aspects in one. And I think that really resonates to what you were saying, how you started for, it's 8 of y'all, like y'all rolling deep, you know, and out of this crew right here, this is our crew. This is our doorman, security, videographer, photographer, artist. This is us right here. And we use those same aspects to just take a little piece of Joe and we put him here. A little piece of myself, we put him here. A little piece of Slim and put him here. You know, and we have grown dramatically. And and yes, I will say, start patting yourself on the back a little bit, and a little bit more.
I definitely do, but I think it's what drives me, right? I don't want to get complacent or content. I understand that every day there is something that needs to be done, and I don't want to ever feel like, oh, I reached this pinnacle or I reached this hierarchy in the industry where I become comfortable. I feel that you know, when you're climbing the ladder of success, there's always someone that wants to take your spot, or just, I guess, in layman's terms, hating, or they want to sabotage. And in order for me, this is just speaking for me, in order for me to be my P's and Q's, I have to stay alert. I will never, ever boast and be like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, because you already see I did it. That's why y'all asked me on the show, because y'all seen I did it. I don't need to repeat it, because I'm doing it. The work is in the action. So that is why I don't have to, you know, of course I'm excited. That's why what's the saying? The pudding is in the work.
The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. The proof is in the pudding. That's why y'all see Kemistry TV. That's why y'all see the content. That's why y'all have, it's on Roku. It's in all these other countries. I have a website. The proof is in the pudding. So yes, I'm excited. Yes. Yeah.
And to be honest with you, we're super proud of you, because again, you are Black history. This is history in the making, and this is something that we want people to see. Just like with us, I mean, we're Black history too. Like, you know, we're all different, and you know, well, I'm the youngest out of these 2 old guys. One on Social Security, and the other one, he's knocking AARP. Down you know what I'm saying?
He's knocking that ARP.
Yeah, he getting that ARP. You know, but
goes you, man. That's Baby John Legend right there.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yo, but
version. Latisha, you're supposed to stay here. You drifted.
I'm sorry.
I got something for you. Before we close out, I want to know if you can drop some nuggets for us. You know, for those of us out here who want to try to get into the network, own a network, start a network, can you drop some nuggets for us to help those along the way, those who may not have the information needed to proceed? Can you drop some nuggets for us, please?
Oh, absolutely. Definitely first and foremost, develop your business plan. Develop your what is going to make people want to watch your network. What is your mission for your network? What is the mission for your content? Whether you produce it yourself or you're outsourcing to other filmmakers or content creators. What is going to set your network apart from others? That's one. Develop your demographic. Who are you trying to target? Who is your audience? Understand what it is that they want to see, what they want to watch. I would even go as far as to say is truly have a deep embedded purpose behind it, right? Because purpose is what drives you. When you're driven by purpose, when you have those off days, your motivation is not going to take a hit. We're human. So on a day-to-day, our motivation may be up here, then the next day is down here, is up here. So you may drift off the bandwagon, you won't work as much. But when you are deep down into purpose and you have something that you want to say, right? When you find out what that is, I would say find out what that is first, and then everything else will fall into place. But definitely on a business note, develop your business plan. What type of content it is that you want to produce, develop your demographic, seek developers. You can get a developer and then find out, like, research the market, whether you want to be on Fire TV, on Roku, on Amazon. All these platforms are accessible, but do your research. There's a reason why I picked Roku as opposed to Fire TV. That's what worked for me and where in the market. So do your own research, and that's pretty much it. Definitely develop your demographic is number one, because that's what's going to keep you afloat. You have to have people watch it. So your targeted audience. Develop content that they will want to see, ads that they will want to see, and get your branding together too, right? Like get the branding is very important. Like when you're pitching or you're promoting or you're marketing your network, what is it that people think of when they see your logo? What do they think of when they see that ad? What do they think of? What is the message that you're trying to portray? Whatever that is, let it align with your demographic.
Thank you. I appreciate it. For everybody out there who's watching, I don't care what you have to do. Rewind it. Write this stuff down. Rewind, write it down. Rewind, write it down. Don't miss out on this thing. She's dropping some gems for you guys. So,
yeah.
And listen, of course, we thank you so much for coming out to join with us. Shout out to.
Wait.
Okay, you got it. Shout out to Imagine Sweets for the link up. Shout out to Diviner, which is getting ready to be our website.
Yes, shout out to them. Yes.
Shout out to them. Two other Black businesses that are just soaring and making pinnacles. And also, of course, thank you to you, Latisha, for coming out and just rocking with us and having a little fun with us and really just enjoying and supporting us as we will continue to support you. So again, we thank you so much for coming out and just, checking us out. We small, but we getting there.
Y'all already there. Just like I'm already there. You guys spoke life into me, my major network that is going to, change lives and inspire people. And we're going to be, a worldwide name, as so are you. And I thank you guys for believing in me, believing in my mission, which is why you invited me onto your platform to talk about what it is that I'm trying to do. So I'm humbled. I'm grateful for you guys for seeking me out. And again, yes, big shouts out to She Imagine Sweet and Diviner. They actually are the company that made my website. So anybody that's looking for like website development, Diviner is your people. Very effective.
Yes, sir. He's actually going to be doing our website. He's actually creating right now my website, Angel Light Productions. So he's doing it. So he's a dope dude. She Imagine Sweets. Hey Z, we need some cupcakes or something. We need something up here. Get us going.
The cheesecakes are
Cheesecake's popping.
Cheesecake is my favorite dessert, and she literally has the best cheesecake I've ever tasted.
Hey Joe, you know what? When she come, I'm gonna tell her to bring you some cheesecake.
I need some.
You haven't had them?
I need some vegan cheesecakes.
Oh, she makes vegan cheesecakes. She makes vegan cheesecake. Yes, she does. So she got
All right.
So listen, we thank you so much for coming out and enjoying with us. Make sure y'all check us out on March 27th. We want to put that plug in. We have a major announcement on that day. So we want to make sure that we plug that in March 27th, right in Newark, man. We're going to have it. The Look of Cool. Make sure you come out. Singing, dancing, poetry, live art on the set. It's going to be crazy. Myself, A. Kinsler, Joe Wood, Slim Sully Art. And as always, we make the rules and we control the cool. We out.
Peace.
Thank you guys. Bye.